Hi, everybody. All right, you join me as we continue the vinylization of the plane. So since last time, we have put more of the bottom white undercarriage on. Actually, we put all of it on at this point. And we need to do that first because, again, all the overlaps for the vinyl go down and back, right? They overlap down because that's the way gravity goes, and they overlap back because you're only going forward, right? With the idea of any moisture, if it tries to get in, well, then it will be met with fierce resistance and it will just slide off the plane. So that's why we do the bottom first. Then I put the light blue stripe along the side, and now putting the dark matte blue on top. So there's still been no guesses on the exact paint scheme I'm doing. And unfortunately, all the people that I'm really close to, they've already been told because I've been sharing like a million pictures of it. But yeah, so we're doing the left side and the right side. Now, the reason that we're doing the top here, you can see I'm doing one side first. I don't have one giant piece that crosses the entire top of the tail cone. The reason I'm doing that is because we have our Garmin antenna up there. Now, if I'd have thought about this correctly, because what's happened is I've already clear RTV'd both of those antennae down to sort of seal them off so that moisture can't get inside. So the idea of like taking off the baggage bulkhead, removing both antenna, putting the vinyl down, and putting the antenna back just wasn't really an option. So this is what I do instead, and this covers anything that protrudes out of the skin. Especially if it's something that you can't really move but will be in the middle of a piece. What I do is I put the vinyl on top and I start cutting concentric rings out very slowly, almost like using a step bit on metal, right? How you're making it bigger and bigger. And the idea is that you want to cut within about 1/8 of an inch of the edge of where the protruding object comes out. Because you have about, 1/8 or 3/16 of an inch. That's enough that the vinyl will then just stretch over the sides of whatever it is that's protruding and leave like a nice lip that you can then cut to within like 1/8 of an inch, and basically makes its own little seal around whatever's coming out, right? Including both of those antennae. All right, here you can see me working on the back window. Now, this is another place where it's like, all right, I should take the back window off, and then I should wrap the vinyl around the lip, and then put the window back on, right? Again, the problem is, what I have done is I have sealed the back window on with a bead of clear RTV all the way around, right? So it's around the top of the roll bar and around the entire rim of the inside of the rear of the fuselage. And I mean, it's right up to the edge. So any overlap that I do will then break that seal and possibly let moisture in. So I thought, you know what, it's not optimal, but I'll just cut it flush. Now it does sort of bend over the edge of the aluminum. Plus, I've used what's called a sealer pin. So 3M sells these little pins. You sort of use them like glow sticks, where you crack the glow stick and shake it, and it starts glowing because it mixes all the chemicals. This is the same thing. You crack it, you take the top off, and it's basically like a sponge pin, and it exudes an adhesive that you put around the edge of your vinyl wherever you need it to stick really hard, right? If that makes sense. So around things like, front edges of the window or the rear window, those got seal pinned on, just to be sure. And here you can see me doing the other side. There have been some questions like, oh, are you worried about the fact that you've got, vinyl going up, say, on the horizontal stabilizer there, like right in the center? Are you worried about it coming off? Nope. The other day I had this at 180 indicated, and there was absolutely nothing. In fact, I have sort of I have the ultimate, which would be a sharp pointed thing. You'll see it later. So basically there's a little symbol that I've put on the plane somewhere, and that thing doesn't peel back, nothing's going to. Now, another viewer had mentioned about heavy rain, and that does kind of worry me, but we'll figure that part out later. So, all right, in the next video, we're going to finish up. Actually, we're going to finish up the top of the fuselage and the canopy, plus some other stuff. So, thank you for joining me, everyone. See you soon.